Now that Major League Baseball changed their rules on collisions at the plate, plays at home are watched even more carefully. But do the players, base runners, and catchers fully understand the parameters of those rules? What's the proper way to block the plate? Here's a recap of some of the exciting plays at the plate so far.
And he hits one off of Gray, tracks it down, throws home, play at the plate, out!
And there's kind of a block by Jaso. Jaso catching the ball and then going in front of the plate. And the rule of thumb is give a lane to the base runner, and they did.
Here comes Tejada. Harper's thrown to the plate on one hop, and Tejada is tagged out. Now the question is, was he given room to slide?
And Tejada cannot try to knock him down.
He can.
Yeah,
he has the ball and he's blocking the plate.
But he should have knocked him down. These rules are for the birds.
It's going to take a while for everybody to adjust to what they're allowed and not allowed to do.
Talk to the guys in Park Avenue.
Cervelli is being waved home. Here's the throw from Rasmus. Here's the play. He's out. And Joe Girardi saying, wait, he blocked the plate. He didn't have the ball. You can review whether or not somebody blocked the plate without the ball. It's a bang-bang play, and when you talk to people around baseball, they said this is going to be very difficult to police.
Yes.
I don't know how you can expect an umpire to watch blocking the plate and say proud. I believe this is going to be the toughest overall for them to get right all the time. It's a vague interpretation of what blocking home plate is, and I think it needs to be in writing. And the way it was explained to us, if you're straddling the base in front, towards the third base, that is considered blocking home plate.
So here's the rule in print. A runner attempting to score may not deviate from his direct pathway to the plate in order to initiate contact with a catcher or other player covering home plate. If in the judgment of the umpire, a runner attempting to score initiates contact with a catcher or other player covering home, in such a manner, the umpire shall declare the runner out, even if the player covering home plate loses possession of the ball. For more, Matt Burns, over to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Lauren. Eric Burns is back with us. You brought your mitt, you brought your ball, and you even brought a home plate. Before we get to that, the rule as it's written, what Lauren just read, your reaction to that rule.
The rule as it's written prompted me to write a letter to Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association. And essentially in that letter, I expressed my concerns, my sincere concerns over the safety of the base runner. And I feel like the base runner is now being put at serious jeopardy going into home plate the way the rule is written.
So it was in place to protect the catcher.
Correct.
After things we've seen over the last few years, most notably Buster Posey. But you think now the runner's in danger. Why?
I think the runner's in serious danger because basically the rule says that the catcher can block the plate with the ball, yet the rule also states that the base runner cannot lower his shoulder or push off going into the catcher. And what this has created is a ton of indecision. Let's go back to the play the other night, the Francisco Cervelli play at home plate with Josh Tolley. This is the MLB 360. Doesn't get better than this right here, Matt Yoloff. Now right here, you see the base hit up the middle. That's Jacoby Ellsbury. Here comes a play at home. Now, Francisco Cervelli's already rounded third base. He's coming in. What he needs here and what he should have is a lane to slide. This is what Joe Girardi was so upset about. Right there. Now, let's take a look at the lane. That would be a lane to slide. I don't see that open right there. Josh Tolley has completely blocked that off. So what is Francisco Cervelli to do? If I'm Francisco Cervelli, I'm blowing him up. But look at this. There it is, the brick wall. That's all he can do. There's nowhere really for him to go. So as a base runner, because they're worried about no, I can't lower my shoulder, no, I can't push off, I'm going to have to slide into Josh Tolley, who is now covering the plate like this, completely drop the knee down, right? And what is this going to do, Matt Yoloff? It's going to risk me as a base runner coming in from this direction, blowing out my ankle or my knee. It is a very, very dangerous play. Now, they made it even more dangerous, I think, than the home plate collisions that we had before.
Because the catcher in that case, Josh Tolley, was blocking the plate before he had the ball.
Therefore, so when they went to look at this, right, so we go to replay, we look at this, yet the umpires did not change it. The call stood for whatever reason. They wrote the rule. It's in 7.13. I don't like the rule, but they wrote the rule, and they did not adhere by the rule.
So if you really break it down, if you really break it down, what the problem is with this rule in your view, tell me if I'm right, is that it's vague because a lane is nothing defined. That's a matter of opinion, is it not?
We need to go to the college rule. It's as simple as that. Look, I used to blow up catchers all the time. And I absolutely loved it. And then when I got done playing and I took on this analyst role, I started to realize how dangerous and how reckless this play was. So I think that collisions at home plate, they're not an integral part of the game. I don't need to see them. They were violent. And for all the old school purists, oh, yeah, we need to save it. I don't need to see that. Well, right now, collisions are still okay. So long as collisions are still okay, if I'm a base runner, or if I went back and started playing Major League Baseball tomorrow, just to prove a point, I promise you, I would blow somebody up. I would look for my first opportunity to go ahead and lay hat like I was in my heyday back at St. Francis High School playing linebacker.
Okay, but please don't do it to me. Let me make sure I get this straight. Collisions are okay if you don't go out of your way to blow up the catcher while the catcher has the ball. If the catcher doesn't have the ball,
they're not okay. They're not okay.
Not okay.
They're not okay. This is my big problem with the rule. They say they're okay, but it also says in the rule, if you look at Rule 7.13, it says you cannot lower your shoulder or you cannot push off. So I'm left to roll in here, woo, torpedo, head first, right at you, and go ahead and risk what? Paralyzing myself? What's your other option? Your other option would be to slide into a brick wall. So what Major League Baseball, in my opinion, needs to do is we go to the college rule. What we do here, I've been doing a few Pac-12 games as of late. We've had a lot of plays at home plate, and they've been very exciting. This is giving a runner a lane. You give the runner the lane. Here's the lane. You catch the ball. You tag. Simple as that. The runner has to slide every single time. The catcher has to give him a lane.
do you think, real quick, yes or no, we'll get to a point where we actually see a lane in chalk the way we see one up the first base line near the first base bag?
And you brought that up the other day. And you know, as the first, as passionate as I've been about this, that's the first time that I really thought about it. And that's brilliant. You're
throwing around accolades.
I have a feeling you're
way
getting
too
on board
liberally
with this. You and I can solve all the world's problems.